Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM dumpster fire. And dumpster fire indeed. If you watched my Monday video last week, Monday, when I talked about mom influencer turned Monat Hun, well, today we're back to watch a training from Joe, or I think it's an opportunity call on Joe's YouTube channel where Faith Drew, the mom influencer, was a guest. And she's gonna tell us her story. It's gonna be probably your usual just do it type of video, when in reality, Faith had a social media following. She has a family vlog YouTube channel. She has almost 100,000 followers on her Instagram. She joined Monet about 2 years ago and she already had a social media following, and her social media accounts just kept growing from there. And obviously, she had a huge reach and she was able to recruit a bunch of people into her downline, and she's earning good money. She ranked up quickly and she's earning good money from Monat. It just doesn't happen for the majority of people. You either have to join early or you have to have a big social media following, which is the only reason why Faith is successful in my opinion. But she's gonna tell us her story and that it's not because of the social media following, and anyone can do it, of course. So that's what we're gonna do today. If you came back from the Monday's video, thank you so much for coming back. If you did not watch the Monday's video, I'm gonna link that video at the end of this video. And just a quick one, if you wanna support my channel for free, please click that like and subscribe button. As always, also big shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys for being here, and let's just get into this training.
All right. Hi, everyone. On today's episode of Inspire Me Wednesdays, we have someone that you're going to want to take lots of notes from. Okay. She is someone who is leading from the front, is blowing up right now. Last month, she got Tulum qualified. She got perfect 10. And she hit market mentor for our new girls here. That is the Cadillac rank. So it's a huge, huge, huge accomplishment. And I'm so excited and honored to have you on tonight with us, Faith. Let me unmute you.
Hi, yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. Okay. So the way this works, we're going to ask for you to share your story in like 5 minutes, kind of like what you think we need to know to learn a little bit about you and your journey. And then Raquel and I have some questions for you.
Okay, that sounds perfect. Want me to get right into it?
Get right into it.
All right, let's do it. Thank you so much for the introduction too. Last month was wild, and if you would have asked me, so I started 2 years ago. I joined Money 2 years ago. It'll be next week is my 2 year anniversary. And if you would have asked me then when I bought my product pack that day, you never really forget the day you buy your pack, even if you're not even sure where it's going to take you. I was actually nursing my newborn. My toddler was napping. But if you would have asked me then that this was going to be my journey, I don't know if I would have believed you. So yeah, let me just back up a little bit. So if you're new, you don't know me, my name is Faith. I'm a wife and mom of two. I'm from Buffalo, New York, and it is, I don't know if you can see out my window, but it's snowing right now. But have lived here my whole life. I went to college, did the traditional, like go to school, get a job, like a corporate job, did that. But I always had more of like a creative side. So social media is something that I've always been very interested in. I actually started a YouTube channel when I was like 26. And this was even before kids, just kind of playing around with it, seeing what would come of it. And to be honest, not much did. I would, maybe get sent some free product, make a little bit of money, but nothing really sustainable came of it. Whoa, sorry guys. My tripod broke, and so I'm using a water bottle to hold my phone up.
Correct me if I'm wrong and if you know more about Faith and her YouTube channel, but I'm pretty sure her YouTube channel kind of skyrocketed. She's got almost 40K subscribers by now, and she's a family vlogger. So she talks about pregnancies, motherhood, kids, just family vlogs, obviously, in general, family vlog stuff in general. And I believe that that is when her social media started growing, is when she became a family vlogger.
But yeah, I was doing the whole corporate 9 to 5. But then when my husband and I decided we wanted to start a family, for me on my heart, I was like, I just do not want to go back into an office job. Like I don't want to be away from my baby. So once I had my daughter 4 years ago, I decided to stay home. And so we were living on just my husband's income, and it definitely made things tight, right? And through
I just want to say that if you are a mom and if you don't want to be a stay-at-home mom, if you do want to go back to your job, your 9 to 5 job or whatever, that's totally cool. That doesn't make you a lesser parent or anything like that, because I feel like these MLM huns like to kind of shade people, working parents. Second, if you are a mom who wants to be at home with her kids, you know that there are remote jobs out there. There are remote 9 to 5 jobs. I used to have one for 3 years. And Monat or any other MLM for that matter is not the solution, because the majority of people never profit in MLM, in network marketing. So if you are a person that wants to stay at home or make an income in any other way than a 9 to 5, like I said, you can either go remote or you can do something else. You have to do anything else, because Monat, or just in general, MLM is not gonna make you, it's not gonna make you any money unless you have a big social media following like Faith here. Then sure, you can be successful, but otherwise you're never gonna make it. And I'm somebody who is freelancing. I'm freelancing video editing, so I know what it's like to work a full-time job, to work on the side, but my side hustles were bringing me money. Yeah, my YouTube channel wasn't earning me any profit until about 10 months into it. I wasn't a partner until I think I reached 1,000 subscribers like 10 or 11 months into making YouTube content. And then I started video editing for other YouTubers about a year ago, more than a year at this point. My side hustles were bringing me profit. But if you're doing MLM and you need it to bring you profit, that's just not gonna happen. Monat or any other MLM is not gonna do that for you. Also, as someone who is actually my own boss, I can tell you that if you join an MLM, you're not your own boss. You're an independent contractor, and these people at the top, these women at the top, are acting as your uplines and your bosses and your leaders, and you have to attend these trainings or opportunity calls. You have to do what they tell you. You can be terminated. You're just not your own boss. It's not your own business.
For the first couple years of being a new mom and navigating that, I was struggling a bit, to be honest. I really lacked community. I lacked friendships and just having like goals to set outside of motherhood. I actually, by the way, if any of you guys are moms on here, you should go listen to Kristen Boss's, it's like one of her most recent podcasts. It's on mom guilt, and it's so good. You're going to feel a lot better after, because I think we all, even outside of our business, deal with that. But I was just, yeah, I was in the trenches of motherhood and needed something more. And so the timing of it happened to be that after I had my second, my son Jesse, I was scrolling on Instagram, found my mentor Sarah, who I think is on this call, but she was talking about products, and that's really what drew me in at first, was the products, because I was dealing with a lot of postpartum hair loss and just my hair was not in a good place. But she was talking about the opportunity, and what caught my eye.
Maybe Faith didn't Google Monat, but Monat actually had multiple lawsuits against them for hair loss, that the products caused hair loss in people. So if you're already struggling with hair loss, postpartum hair loss, starting to use Monat, I could never. I'd be scared. Like if I read that this is a company that has multiple lawsuits over hair loss, over something that I'm experiencing myself and want to fix, I would not have the courage in me to try. But maybe she didn't see that. I'm thinking she probably didn't see it. She probably didn't do research on it. But the irony.
She was talking about how she had retired her I think fiance is how she phrased it back then, or now husband. But I was like, that's wild, because I've been dabbling in this social media thing, and nothing I've done would even come close to replacing like a whole income. So I was like, all right, I'm listening. I signed up for my product pack, and I mean, it pretty much only took me a couple weeks to see the vision. But I think, like I said, when I bought my pack, I was like, you know what? If I can make back the cost of my product pack and make a few hundred extra bucks, then great. But what happened was, is I started to share the products. I started to see how many people were actually interested in it. And then I got my first paycheck. And I was like, what on earth? Like, this is way more than I was expecting. I got immersed in the calls. Like, that's one thing I will say is if you're brand new, like,
This is something that doesn't happen for the majority of people who join Monat or any other MLMs because they don't have the reach that Faith had. They don't have a huge social media following where they can talk about the products and then get the followers to buy the products and join her team. So what happened to her is not relatable because it doesn't happen for the majority of people who join.
get on as many calls as you can. And I just started to see the vision. And from there, like within my first, I would say couple weeks, I was like, all right, I'm just going to go all in. And like I said, I had a 3-month-old and a 2-year-old at the time. So it's not like I wasn't crazy busy, but I think once you realize how something like this can be worth your time, you'll put the time into it. And so just to make a long story short, within my first year of business, I was able to replace what my corporate income would have been. And now, as of 2 years in the business, I'm making more than my husband does. I've doubled what my corporate income was, which is crazy to me. And now I'm like, why not do more? Like, we're gonna do even more than that. We're going all the way to the top. But that's my story. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. So you you talked a lot about social media and your creativity, and it is your content is bomb. How do you, especially like for my new girls that are juggling like motherhood and life, how do you feel like you set yourself up?
One thing that we always comment in Joe's trainings and opportunity calls specifically is the fact that all these ladies that are 40 plus, I think, or late 30s, they're calling each other girls and they're recruits, my girls and whatnot. I'm just like, I'm 31 and I'm just sitting here cringing so hard because why are we calling each other girls, for God's sakes? Like, we're all grown ass women over here. What is going on? It makes me so uncomfortable. I don't like it.
For social media? Like, do you pre-record content? Give us like all your social media tips. Like, do you just do B-rolls and have a bunch of content recorded? How do you
Yeah.
organize yourself? The whole thing.
Okay, so in the beginning, if you have like my kids are a little older now, so they're 2 and 4. I can kind of like they can play by themselves. And so my thing now is like I try to get ready every single morning. And that might sound to you like, what? Like how you get ready every morning, but I'm telling you, if you can just get yourself put together every morning, then when you have 2 minutes, you can like just be confident and throw up your phone and like make content. That for me. Now, some people just like show up messy. If you want to just show up authentic and like have no makeup on, that's cool too. Like I would say don't feel like you need to be perfect to show up on social media, but if it is important for you, just get ready every morning. It's
Hi, it's me. I'm the no makeup woman. I almost said girl. I do agree with that message at least. Like, get ready if you like to get ready, but if you're someone like me who just isn't into makeup that much, all that much, and also it's so hot over here, I cannot put makeup on. It would just melt. My face is melting anyway, so if you like it and you feel good, go ahead. But if you don't like to do it and if it's not for you, you really don't have to do it. You're beautiful the way you are. Just a quick message.
gonna make you feel better. I definitely was not doing that in the beginning. When I had a 3-month-old and a 2-year-old, I was just showing up how I was. Like my hair honestly wasn't even done most of the time. My makeup wasn't like 10 out of 10, but I was just showing up. And even if you have 30, 60 seconds when the baby's not crying or the kid's doing something, just take that opportunity to show up every single day. I don't think there's been a day since.
So you're already a stressed mom, and now instead of taking those 30 seconds of quiet for yourself to kind of like take a breath, you now have to work. And you now have to work for something that's not even going to bring you profit, because the majority of people in Monat are not profiting. And I'm going to link the income disclosure statement down below in the description box so you can take a look at it. But the majority of people, like I said, are now stressed. They have newborns, but they have to work the business in the pockets of their time, a business that's not even going to bring them any profit. So it's just so sad.
I bought my product pack that I haven't said something about money on my social media in the last 2 years. And it's like a non-negotiable. So I would just say show up messy, show up how you can. If it makes you feel better, make it a habit to get yourself ready in the morning so that you can just at the drop of a hat show up. In terms of like reels, yes, batching content is definitely something I try to do. So I'll try to, if I know I'm gonna like, it's a hair wash day, I'll try and get 2 to 3 reels filmed. And filming doesn't mean you have to edit it right then. So just get the camera out, sorry, there was like a hand in my face. Just get the content filmed and then you can edit it later.
I love that. And how do you like organize your content? I get that question so much from my girls. Do you just have it a mess on your phone? Do you organize your folders and albums?
Like organize, like you mean
The content that you shoot.
Okay. I don't know. Do I organize it? Okay, so well, let me say this. So I do have a little bit of a system for like the audios I'm gonna use. So if I'm out, this is my tip too, set a timer. Don't just like go on Instagram and start scrolling because you'll get lost, but like set yourself a 10 to 15 minute timer, go through reels, and then I save my inspo like audios to a folder, so that then I can go back and just remake the reel quickly from there. But I don't know if this question maybe clarifies. Do I plan my content? It's honestly like I just try to like come up with ideas as I go. I think I try to do 50-50 business and then like hair content. So, and it's kind of, it comes easily because I know what my core products are. So if you're new and you're going to be trying everything for the first time, you're going to kind of figure out which products are your absolute favorites. And then I would just say run with those, like repeat those over and over again, because people need to hear something like 10 to 15 times before they actually end up buying or before they actually end up joining the business. So for me, it's the IR clinical system and the oil. So basically, every other post or every 2 to 3 posts, I'm talking about those and maybe just like putting it in a little different spin. Hopefully that makes sense.
Really quick.
Did she answer the question though? Wasn't the question like, do you plan your content in advance? And then I guess she kind of answered it, but not really. I don't know why she got so confused. People ask her, do you plan your content ahead? Like, do you have a schedule? And then the second question was, do you organize it in the folders or not? So I don't know why she got confused over that.
I think Raquel has one more, but with the videos, this is something we get asked so much, and I don't even know how to answer it because I am not a content queen. So let's say you're recording a bunch of, I think you call it B-roll, right? Like extra, you record your hair, you're washing it. Do you have a folder that says, okay, hair wash videos, B-roll videos? Because I'll take a bunch of content and then it's so much I forget. And I'm like, how do I find? So then it takes me 5 hours to make a reel and then I don't make it.
Yeah.
You remember you shoot
I basically just I will sort based on videos. Like you can go into your photo album and then just look for the videos. And then the other thing is too that's helpful. I actually edit my content in CapCut, not in Instagram. So CapCut is an app. It's a free app. It's what I use to edit, and then it's really easy to see all the different videos that I've done, and you can kind of within that app just like reuse and splice things. So I guess that's kind of how I would organize it, I would say. But I do have albums for like all the trips. I do have an album for like Monat content. But pretty much I'd say I go like on a week to 2 week basis. Like if I haven't used the video that I'm going to use in those 1 to 2 weeks, I'm probably not using it, and I just refilm something else.
Okay, now let's talk about kind of like where you feel like you shifted in your business from what you were doing, not when you first started, but what are you kind of doing different? Something maybe you learned that's like, okay, I implemented this and my business took off. Like what got you to Market Mentor?
Yeah. Well, really, for the first year of my business, I only focused on selling product. I was really only focused on VIPs, and that's because that's where I was comfortable. And I to a certain extent, I tried to recruit, but I think really mindset wise, I wasn't there. And so that's what I would say is get yourself to a point, whether it's through personal development or talking with your mentor or just doing it more. I think it just, I don't, for whatever reason, I wasn't comfortable with it. Now it's like the thing I love to do the most. But I think it's almost like that exposure therapy where you have to just do it. Like,
It's the thing that she loves the most, in my opinion, because she realized that you can earn a lot more money in Monat and MLM in general, in my opinion, just by recruiting people. And this was proven to us, to all of us, when a document was leaked from Monat a year or two ago, where it showed the top leaders in MLM, the majority of their income, over 80% or even 90% of their income was coming from their downline and not from selling the products. If you know, you know. If you saw it, you saw it.
just do the reach outs. Go network with people, like offering the business, talking about the business, talking about the money, talking about Smart Start. For me, for whatever reason, it just was not what came naturally. It's probably because of my background in social media before, trying to do like the affiliate side of things, like to know at Amazon. I was just so programmed for the 5 or 6 years I was doing social media to talk product. So I had to deprogram myself. And so once I figured that out, and really, I actually think it sparked my first earned trip was Vegas last year. And that was about 1 year into my business, and just being around people who have had so much success. It was like, okay, I can't get to where I want to be just selling product. Like, yeah, it's great. I'm making good money because the compensation plan is great, even if you're just selling product. But if you really want to maximize it, you can't just focus on selling product. And so I think I just had a huge mindset shift and went really, really focused on the team building aspect and recruiting and all that. And now it's my favorite part. Like, I get more joy out of seeing the girls that I have brought into this business have success than I do for myself.
I love that. Yeah, now she gets over 10 market partners in a month. Okay, so this goes hand in hand with the next question. So when you get your market partner,
She gets 10 over a month because her social media accounts, her YouTube and especially her Instagram, where she has over 100,000 followers probably by now. It's easy for her to keep growing her team because she has a huge social media following that just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So she's never going to run out of people to recruit.
how do you launch her? All right, or like launch onboarding, like how would you get them started? How are you hopping new members? What are you doing with your team that you would say is working?
Okay, so as soon as someone joins, the second that they buy the product pack, which normally is either on the phone with me or I am like walking them through with voice notes in the DMs, as soon as they do that, I send our onboarding resources, which is in like a link tree. The first link is our onboarding like welcome video. It basically gets them excited, welcomes them to the business, goes over Smart Start, and I believe a brief MMP overview, a little bit about their launch post, and then making their hundreds list. Okay, so in that video is those things. I have them watch.
Can you believe that they're still doing the 100s list? They're still creating lists of 100 names of people that you know that you can try to reach out to and recruit. That is so old age. That is ancient. And I'm so shocked that they still do it in Monet. Am I still shocked though? Are you shocked? I don't know. I don't know anymore.
That video, and then within the first 24 to 48 hours, I request that they watch that and that we get on a call. So they watch that and then we get on a call. You want to establish more of a rapport with the person too, especially if it's not somebody that you already know. A lot of the people I've been recruiting are people from social media that I don't have a personal relationship with. So I'm trying to, get to know them a little bit more.
And that's why you're not relatable, because you have a bunch of followers on your social media that you don't even know, and it's easy for you to recruit because they look up to you, they like you, they want to be stay-at-home parents like you are, they want to earn a lot of money. Whatever the reason is, you're not relatable, because the majority of people on this call, the majority of people that join Monat don't have a huge social media following, which they can just recruit into their team.
Are there any questions that they have from the video that they watched? And then actually start going through their hundreds list right then, because the idea is that they would have already come up with people that we can start doing reach outs to. So I'll do a couple example reach outs with them so that they know, how to reach out to somebody. And there is actually in our onboarding also another video we have kind of going over that they then watch next.
And then are you on three-way calls with them? Wait. Sorry. Okay. So they gave you their list. I don't know why I'm seeing someone's screen driving. They gave you their list. You reach out the first couple with them, and then how do you do with your girls' potentials? Do you do three-way calls, big potential calls, intimate potential calls? How are you helping them close their girls?
Yeah, so we get in a three-way phone call or like a three-way chat always.
I'm so bothered with the fact that they keep calling your girls and girls in general. I don't like it.
And I'm even going deeper than that. And like, especially for my new girls who then are bringing in girls and they're bringing in girls, like I'm on my level 3s opportunity calls, like really digging deep into that and trying to duplicate the process.
Okay, I'm not muted. Okay, and I think we have the last one. Guys, Faith has one of the craziest PVs. Okay, obviously you get a lot of VIPs, but how would you say is your secret? I think how is your VIP retention?
Good. I think if I had to guess how many like flex ships I have going out this month, probably like a few hundred. So good.
Okay, but like how do you manage them, or how do you do you have an Instagram, a flow desk?
Like how do you keep in contact with them and get them to continue to order or see sales and things like that?
Yeah, so I use Project Broadcast, which is a texting platform. If you are new and don't know about it, I would say honestly, if you have more than like 20 VIPs, you should use it. It's really great. But you can basically text your customers when they have an upcoming flex ship. So I basically do this twice a month. I do it towards the beginning of the month for the first 2 weeks, and I'll send them a message being like, hey, I see you have a flex ship coming up. Let me know if you need any help either editing that or pushing it off. If there's any special, like sometimes I'll let them know what the Only For You product is if they do run it. So I'll send that. And then you can also send them sale alerts too, like a text alert when we have sales.
I love that, girl. It's Project Broadcast. I feel like a lot of people use that. So if you're not on it yet, write it down.
To be fair, I think the social media advice that she was kind of giving a little bit, maybe it was useful. I mean, sure. Of all the things that they can talk about, I think the advice on how to grow your social media accounts and how to organize your content, because it works towards that goal, is the most useful. Because like I said, the only little 1% or less chance that these people on this call that are watching this have, the small chance that they have to make any money in Monat is if they grow their social media profiles, accounts, or following. So at least I guess that's kind of useful. That part was useful, but let's notice that they're not talking about the products at all. It's all about recruitment.
Okay, and then last but not least, what's the best tip you can leave us with? Pretend we're one of your new girls. Best advice, best tip, some motivation.
Yeah, I would say just start posting on social media, even if you feel like you don't have the hair trend.
I was so excited. I thought she was gonna say, just do it, just get into it. And I mean, just start posting on social media again is probably the best advice she can give, because like I just said, that's the only chance that you have of making a profit in Monat is if you grow your social media following and then you start recruiting everyone.
Transformation yet, you haven't made the money yet, get it out there, because here's the thing, you can, if you're doing your reach outs, doing your hundreds list, but people, especially if you're reaching out to people through Instagram, but there's nothing on your page, they're going to literally be like, did your account get hacked? Like, what's going on? So you got to get the post out, and don't let the feeling of like, well, my hair doesn't look, like the other girl's hair or whatever, that's okay. Like, you can go on your stories or make a reel and be like, yeah, like, this is why I'm trying the products. My hair doesn't look how I want it to look. And here are some before and afters of some other girls. And I can't wait for my hair to look like that. Kind of tell the story and explain. And then the same holds true for the business. So yeah, like, I just signed up yesterday. You can say like, I'm targeted to make, and whatever Smart Start is, I'm targeted to make $1,000 in my first 2 months or whatever it is. And then explain Smart Start. You didn't do it yet, but you're going to be on track to do it. And you can still explain that, and then have people again, join you in the process of building their business. So I would say, just don't let the fear of like, well, I haven't done it yet, or I don't have the hair yet, stop you from talking about it, because you can still talk about it without having the results yourself.
Amen. I love that so much. It goes hand in hand with the quote I love, which is, ignorance on fire is stronger than knowledge on ice. And if you're new here, don't wait for the success before you start posting, because you need to start showing up in order to get the confidence, in order to get the success. But Faith, thank you so much. Honestly, I am so like proud and inspired by the way you're running your business. We can't wait to see you pick up your car. And it was great. It was great having you, Raquel. You're good, right? I have a call nowadays. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a great night.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. Like I said earlier, I think the only useful advice, somewhat useful advice, was the social media advice that they gave, because otherwise you're never gonna make any profit unless you grow your social media account. So there we have it, our mom influencer slash family vlogger being besties with Joe. Like I said, nothing makes her relatable. She already had following on her social media when she joined, and that's why she's successful. You guys let me know your thoughts below. Let me know if you want me to keep covering Joe and her girls, because I mean, I've done so many videos on them by now. Maybe we should take a break. I don't know. Let me know down below if you want a break, or if you want me to keep covering their Inspire Me Wednesday sessions. And if you know of any other momfluencer or influencer that's in an MLM, also you can DM me on Instagram, send me an email, or just write a comment down below if you'd like, and let me know their name or anything like that, and I'll take a look at them, and I am gonna try to cover them in the future. And thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. You're a trooper. And don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. That's a nice free way that you can support my channel if you would like. And as always, big shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys for being here, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.